Today I am here with a video about my father's COVID-19 disease, because he got COVID-19. So if you are new here, you might wonder, why am I talking about my father? Well, because he is part of my journey in that I was born with HIV 29 years ago, and I was born to a HIV discordant couple. So because I was born to a HIV discordant couple, I have gotten to share my parents' story from time to time, where on how they share living as a discordant couple, where my father is HIV negative and my mother is HIV positive. You had COVID almost 1 month ago, right? How was the experience?
It was hard.
Okay, now the fact that you have diabetes, did it worry you now that when you realized that you have COVID?
I was not even, even the way I went to the hospital, the way they discovered that I had COVID, I didn't say that I was in the ward.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doreen Muracha. If you're new here, please subscribe. And on this channel, we talk about matters health, specifically HIV and sexual reproductive health. Today, I want us to speak about COVID-19 and its impacts on our lives. My glasses, I'm wearing glasses because, and I also look important. Anyway, I'm wearing glasses because I can't see well. A few weeks back, due to the herpes zoster infection I got on my left eye, I discovered that my left eye cannot see clearly. So I use my glasses to watch TV when I'm working on my computer, and also when I'm using my phone, which I use quite a lot. So I'm one of the brand ambassadors for Lapea Kenya. So if you want to go and get a free eye checkup and also get your prescription prices, not prices but rather prescription glasses, they have an offer for you. If you use my code, which is Mura, you get a 300 bob discount. And also they have a Lipiam Dogo service where you can get to pay slow until you get your glasses. But the beauty about Lapea is they actually have glasses from as low as 3,400 shillings, and they also have sunglasses that protect you from the UV. UV is ultraviolet. That one. So please head on to Lapea Kenya. It's located in Westlands, right next to Ibis Styles Hotel. Today I am here with a video about my father's COVID-19 disease, because he got COVID-19. So if you are new here, you might wonder, why am I talking about my father? Well, because he is part of my journey in that I was born with HIV 29 years ago, and I was born to a HIV discordant couple. So because I was born to a HIV discordant couple, I have gotten to share my parents' story from time to time, where on how they share living as a discordant couple, where my father is HIV negative and my mother is HIV positive. However, my father has diabetes, which is also a lifelong illness. So my father got COVID-19 in August, and it was very traumatizing. Actually, I remember the first time he got COVID, I posted it immediately on my Facebook page, and my mother asked me, "Are you going to tell people about this?" And I told her, no. I had already posted by the time she was asking, and that post had like around 200 comments, so I had to delete it. So anyway, she did not want to discuss about my father's condition because of the stigma. There is actually stigma related to COVID-19, and that is something I came to discover from my parents, or rather when I got to experience COVID-19 in our family. My mother is fully vaccinated, and as a person living with HIV, that is important to her. My father, on the other hand, refused to get vaccinated when the vaccines first came, and now he has COVID-19, so he is now a living test. He got COVID-19, he is now negative, but the journey has not been easy. The treatment was very expensive. Do you know that we had to pay 2,000 shillings per hour for oxygen? So if you do not appreciate the life you have enough, I hope the price of oxygen in hospitals makes you appreciate this life that you have. So, and the bill was very high. but somehow we managed to pay it. God was faithful on that end. But he got COVID and he was very sick. And honestly, for a person who is diabetic, and when I have seen what COVID has done to diabetes patients, I was very concerned. I was very worried. And one of the Saturdays when I left the hospital and came home, I was very concerned. I just prayed to God that he can hear me and answer my prayer and get him out of that hospital bed, because out of the 9 patients that were in that hospital bed, he was the only one who walked out of that hospital alive. So we thank God for his life at this particular moment. And I want to tell you, if you are not vaccinated, please go and get vaccinated. If your parents are not vaccinated, please encourage them to get vaccinated at all costs, because COVID is real. COVID is here with us. And until you experience it, you might be thinking the government is lying to us. People are, it's a lie, but it's not a lie. It's here with us, and we don't know how long it's going to be here with us, so we better be safe. Mask up, maintain social distance, sanitize, and wear your mask properly, correctly, and consistently. That person you think, he's my friend, he cannot have COVID, he cannot infect me. I have had very many close brushes with COVID. I am starting to get worried. So anybody who can connect me with Pfizer vaccine, please do so. But listen to my father's story, and I hope it encourages people who have had COVID, people who have already survived, and people who have patients currently who are struggling, or rather who are dealing with COVID-19. And of course, right now that he's in the recovery process, there are also issues that he's experiencing, such as memory lapses, such as speech, like sometimes his speech is like incongruable. So if you have a solution to that, please help us, because we have run out of options. But we have been giving him rosemary tea to bring in his memory. But that is what we have done so far. So far so good till the end of this video. You had COVID almost 1 month ago, right?
Mm.
How was the experience?
Was hard.
Okay, now the fact that you have diabetes, did it worry you now that when you realized that you have COVID?
I was not even, you know, even the way I went to the hospital, the way they discovered that I had COVID, I didn't say that I was in the ward. I only saw that I was in the ward when I went down that night. I didn't know what was happening. I had bad dreams. Now these people, I don't know what when they put me some medicine.
So you think the medication might have caused some hallucinations or such?
There's somewhere that the medicine causes something. Because I really went down. I really went down. I didn't know that I was to survive.
Now, the people you were with in the hospital, did they survive?
No.
They did not. How many of them did not survive?
We were 7.
And out of the 7 of you, you are the only one who walked out of the
hospital. We were 8. It's only me who survived.
Do you think that the treatment, or rather the response at the hospital, was okay to the other patients?
No, I don't know. You know me, I'm diabetic. So these other patients, you know, even I met them there.
Yeah.
I met them, I stayed with them 3 days before they started dying.
Yeah.
The first one, he was already. You know, the way they have made that cube.
The isolation.
The isolation. Inside, you know, they have put a grass, but you can see those people who are just there. Okay. The male side is here, this side, but you can see the ladies. And even by then, before the lady died, I saw her in the morning.
Yeah.
She went to the toilet. I went to the toilet. Then she came. Actually, she was sleeping next to me, so not that she was there because
Like
of
there
the
was
grass.
a glass.
Because there was a grass. So she was calling somebody. But you cannot, I didn't hear who she was calling. Later, the nurse, you know, the nurse, but that was the nurse, you know, the doctor, because there were only 2 doctors, a male and a female. These other were held by all the nurses. So she screamed. Then that lady arrived there. I don't know what they talked. Then I saw the lady coming out of from the door, from that cube, because that each cube had the like hours where the cube had the what bed area.
Two beds.
Bed is up. That's 1 3. And that one for the red is 3. The other, for the red was 4. The red came out. He went and he called he went and called the doctor. When he called the doctor, I saw them conversing with that red doctor. I saw them conversing because I'm just a direct, because I was sleeping here. I saw them conversing. They conversing. I don't know whether that lady died that time or that lady went, or when they were talking.
But she died almost immediately.
Almost immediately. Then they brought, you see those things, they brought to the hospital, those things, there are some like loose covers. They put on
the ones that they cover bodies with, like body bags.
Yeah, the one which makes some
or like they are separating you from seeing what is happening in the next day.
That's what they did. And they brought a cloth, covered already. But this side here, where that thing ends, you can see through even the road where you used to come. Then I saw them, because when you are coming out of this cube like this, you have to come out and go like this. Because they didn't come direct where we were, because they saw that I'm seeing. And this male lady made sure that I should not see.
That the other
because those people, they brought that thing, that cover, that thing. The one they're carrying
the body.
The bodies. 2 men came. They came with the clothes. I'm seeing them. You know, even if they covered me, I see them.
So, do you think it's not disappointing, but rather, does it discourage other patients who are in the recovery process?
I think they are trying to show that there's nothing wrong.
But the other patients can see that, so it's discouraging other patients. In short,
these other patients could not see because they were really down. It's only me who can see, and I can work and help them.
So the others were worse than you.
The ones I got them, they were worse than me. Although we can talk sometimes, with them, they cannot come and sit down. They cannot come and sit, or just wake up in the bed and sit.
So they were always on oxygen.
They were always on bed or on oxygen. And the oxygen is that one which was the big one, you know.
The one that covers the whole face.
The one that covers the whole face. The one when you freeze, it becomes just big like this. That man, those men, I can give them water. I can help they had the small cylinder, oxygen. I can push them and then take them to the toilet. I can give them food. When we want water, food, he called me. That person who was giving us food was standing there.
Because of how contagious COVID is.
And then she can call. Then she can ask for an order.
And for the room, the isolation ward where you were placed, or rather the isolation place that they have set aside, was it always well sanitized?
No. Even that place, was, and even it was very, very cold in the night. There was no blankets. There were a lot of mosquitoes. I even differed with one of the nurses. Yeah? I differed with one of the nurses. I told her I'm going. You know, I wanted to go to the store to ask her if I was pregnant. When I recovered after they say the time when I was down when I went to the hospital, so only 2.5 days because the first, the second I was down, but the third one around 2 o'clock in the night I became okay. The lady, there was only one lady in that place. Even them, the people who were attending us, you know, they look stressed.
But they were protected. They had the PPEs on.
Those ones, they look stressed. Even the way they used to handle the medicine, or the way they used to handle us. It's only one lady. The one who gave me wood. It's the only one who was. She's the only one who was. Yani, who was a faithful lady when he used to come.
And she seemed concerned, rather.
And looked concerned. Like the time when I told her, the time when she saw me wake up, she got concerned. She came. Then I told her the problem. She went there. I don't know where she went there. I don't know where she got the body from. She came with the body with some the cups. He gave us all. Even me, I took 5
cups of porridge.
Then he became okay.
So I think by that time you had started recovering.
The third day now, around 2 o'clock, I started recovering. Now I can see what was happening, what's going on. These are tired now who came during the day. This lady who came during the day when now I'm okay. We really did it. Because I told her to go and bring me hot water to bath. She asked me, why should you bath? I told her, this time I had been sick. I've never taken bath.
So, before we go into that, do you think reinfection can happen in those isolation wards? Reinfection of COVID-19 from a patient to another patient?
Yeah, because we were very close. Like that man was just here. Just here. Like this. I was here. The first one who died, the second one who died. You know, people died. The one I'm telling you, the people, the way they started dying, they already died first at around 5 in the morning. And that the other man, who was just my neighbor now, this one, he was just, you know, he came from the bed. That red would come from the bed. He sat on the wheelchair. And he was having a smartphone.
Yeah.
When he's okay, you can see him browsing the. He used to like Facebook. Or Facebook he used to Facebook. He liked it too much. And this other guy, the one who was also another neighbor, called Vincent. He was down, but sometimes when he was okay, he used to talk with this man. But me, I was just alone because I didn't have any phone, didn't have anything. Even Mulikamusi, I didn't have anything. So them they had phones. Even these other things, and they had phones. They used to communicate about these things people send on the social media. What. So that guy also died the same day that he died. Now, what you know now, this man is just here, and I'm just here. Now they got confused.
But if I may ask you, do you think the government is doing enough when it comes to handling COVID in Kenya?
No, it's not.
Why do you think so?
The government is not doing it. The government, what is it doing? If it's doing something, maybe some individuals, I don't know, or maybe those people who are not those people who are working in the government. Because in the first place, look like the place where we're staying here before I get sick. I will never see a government vehicle or anything. Anybody, even these people called what? And NGOs coming and you know when a problem comes, I've seen a clip from some country, European, from these white countries. They go there. They do a show like this is what people do with the mask on. They do it. They give them mask. They give them masks.
Information.
They give them information. They tell them. They even teach them how to put the mask. They tell them how the mask should be worn. How long you should wear the mask. What is the problem? Why should you prevent yourself by not being infected? But the government of Kenya, maybe here in Zimbabwe or this is Kajiado. I don't know. I've never seen one, even somebody, even an NGO or a government or anybody doing advertisement. I've never seen. The government, actually, what I only see, people advertise on the TV about the COVID.
Which means people who don't have TV are not...
Even radio. They don't, maybe. They don't know. Actually, what the government of Kenya is doing is they are just doing something what I can call it? They work like these people who like brokers. I'm telling you. The government of Kenya or those people who do the work for the people about this. How can you prevent it? How can you say that you want to prevent COVID when you don't go close to people? How can you put a curfew? Yeah? People say that they want to put a curfew. Curfew for what? Curfew, you are putting curfew for policemen to eat.
No, you are putting it to prevent COVID.
No, there's nothing like a curfew to prevent the COVID. If they want to put a curfew, that curfew they are putting, they should come and teach people why they should putting a curfew. Not just themselves putting a curfew. They should come and teach people. It's a government, as you have you ever seen a clip where some government officials have gone and teach the people that we are going to, the curfew is going to be put. This is what you should do. This is what you should do with your children. What? Even those people. There are some people in Kenya here who even cannot even walk, who even cannot move from where they are, but they are living with the people. Who's helping them? The government of Kenya works like gamblers.
Okay, now, what will you advise to other families that have faced COVID-19, maybe lost their loved ones, or some of them are recovering patients? What will you tell them as we finish up?
You know what they should do? You know what like now I'm recovering. Recovering is very heavy because sometimes you are okay, sometimes you are down. You feel very, and even the time when I was sick, I was down. I was not like this, but this one is too heavy. Sometimes you wake up, you find yourself, you are very, very tired. You cannot even walk. Those people, I know they get the stress because of their beloved ones they have gone. Maybe because they might think they might be infected. That one I don't know, but what I think they should take courage. A disease is a disease. There's nobody who can prevent the disease. Says, I'm not going to get sick. No. Even those ones, you know, the only solution and the only thing that the government of Kenya should do before anything, the government of Kenya must employ people.
But right now they are vaccinating people.
Vaccination, is done in some centers. But have we ever seen the government of Kenya employing people from the ministry, going to the villages, teaching them, seeing those ones like me who are sick, who got sick, and encouraging them, asking them how what happened? You have there's no, even the government of Kenya doesn't know that I was sick.
So civic education and a lot of public awareness.
Hey, Because even when people go to the market, who go on here, who go to the market, people they don't wear mask. Very few wear mask. When you tell somebody wear a mask, like this example, like now, when I was sick, I visited the people, like their teacher in secondary school. That many, if really the person who was to be infected, it is him, but he never. He didn't get infected. But that man, he came to my aid, and I really helped me. So, but these friends of mine, but some of my friends, like the church, you know, I went to the church. People they ran away from me. Those very people who I know who shout too much in the church, they saw me and ran away. I tried to greet them. They didn't even come near to me.
You had recovered this time?
I had recovered and I was doing the exercise of walking. Oh. When those people, they saw me, even here in the market, where I have there are a lot of friends, when they see me, you see somebody, there's a teacher, about 3 of them, very close friends of mine. When I went and they said, Goldman, you are really lost. I told them, yes. What happened? I told them I was sick and I was COVID. And they didn't have a mask. I told them, wear mask.
Okay.
You know what they did? They ran away from, they didn't even stop to comment.
Okay, I think we're about to finish. So people should wear mask, protect themselves at all time, right? The last word, very last word from you.
The last word.
For
people should be aware that they will get sick because the disease is there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.